Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome from in front of my bookcase. I'm still trying to find like the right place to film, and in all honesty this angle probably still isn't perfect, but I figured it's a little bit more bookish than the other backdrops have been, and I'm working on it. Like, we'll get there eventually, but for today's video we're in front of the bookcase. I'm sat on the floor, we're loving life, it's fine. So to address, there's two elephants in the room. Well, one major elephant and one elephant that you've probably not noticed because it's a little tiny elephant that's like hiding in the corner, but I'm gonna draw your attention to it anyway. Also, I do actually have an elephant in my room. My friend bought me a giant cuddly one from IKEA, but that's not, we're not talking about elephants. Okay. Wow, I'm obviously back in the UK. I don't love that, for me, to be quite honest. I didn't want to come back, and I'm leaving again at the first opportunity, but for the time being I'm back in the UK. I don't know for how long I'm going to be back, probably about 8 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, hopefully not much longer though, but I'm here. That's why I'm in front of this bookcase and not in an Airbnb somewhere in South Florida. But anyway, yeah, I'm back in the UK. The second elephant in the room is that you can't actually see it at this point. My arm is no longer in its brace. I went to the hospital today. I've had kind of a thumbs up from the doctors that it is okay to start using my arm again, and we're going to start putting it through kind of physical therapy to get the range of movement back, but they're confident that the breaks have healed. It was fractured and broken. I had a fracture up this kind of section, and then we had a break showing here and a break showing here as well, so it was quite gnarly actually. I didn't realize it was that bad, but it's all healed. They're happy with how it's looking, so now we're just on kind of like the long journey to regaining kind of full movement and strength. I still can't, like, I can't support my body weight, I can't really lift things with it yet, I can't do much with it, but I can move it more than obviously I could before. So yeah, it's good, I've got that back. But anyway, today I'm here with a book haul. So I'm going to show you guys some of the books that I picked up while I was in the US, and then also all the books that I ordered for my return to the UK to cheer me up when I arrived, because I was feeling sad about coming back, and I was like, you know what's going to make me feel better? Books. So I ordered a few, and then I just counted them, and actually I have 19 books to show you. So I went a little overboard, but it's fine. So the first two books I'm going to show you were actually given to me, or lent to me rather, by friends. One I'm actually halfway through, and that is The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama. This is obviously just talking about kind of his spirituality and his take on how to achieve happiness. My friend lent this to me when I was going through a little bit of a rough week, and it's been really enlightening so far. I'm about halfway through it. I'm looking forward to finishing it. I'm going to mail it back to him because I don't think I will be back in the US for at least another 8 weeks, and I don't like to keep people's books for too long, and also I mean it doesn't take up space in my luggage then, so yeah. But this is the first book. The other one I'm pretty sure was lent to me rather than given to me. I will check to see if he wants it back once I've read it, but this is The World in 6 Songs by Daniel J. Levitin. My best friend sent me home with this. This is one of his most treasured books, and he told me that he kind of learnt so much and grew so much, and his worldview matured so much from reading this, and he's just really excited for me to see what I get out of it. So I'm excited to read it. I have literally no idea what it's about. I don't know how I'm going to find it. I'm always a little bit funny with non-fiction, and this isn't something that I would typically have picked up for myself, but I'm excited, and because obviously it's my best friend that's lent me it, he knows me pretty much better than 90% of people in this world know me, so I feel like if he thinks I'm going to get something out of it, I'm probably going to get something out of it. So these are two that were lent to me by friends. And then speaking of non-fiction, I actually did buy one for myself as well, because I saw this in Barnes & Noble, nearly bought it, didn't buy it, and then someone mentioned it on Instagram and was saying how life-changing it was, and I thought, shit, okay, now I really want it. And I didn't know if I was going to go back to Barnes & Noble, so instead I ordered it off Amazon for when I got home, and that is Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. This book, honestly, I really hate self-help books with this kind of cover. To me, this is just, I don't know, it's a bit much. I don't like the font, I don't like the kind of, I don't know, I don't like the cover at all, but people have said this book is incredible, so I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to add it to my non-fiction pile. I'm determined to read more non-fiction this year, so if you guys have got any recommendations as well, please leave them in the comments, because yeah, I need to read more. And now we're going to go on to the fiction books. There's one that I have bought but is still in my suitcase. I've not yet unpacked it, and that is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I loved that book. I really loved that book. It was great. So please pretend that that is in this pile. I'm not going to go too deep into the synopses of all these books, by the way. I'll obviously talk about Ugly Love and any of the other ones in greater depth in future videos. This, because there are so many to get through, is just going to be very quick, just like showing you guys maybe a brief explanation of what they're about, but not kind of like delving in deep. So Ugly Love is a brother's best friend trope. It is about Tate and Miles. Miles has a damaged past and doesn't want a relationship. Tate is a busy med student who also doesn't want a relationship, so they form a kind of friends with benefits type arrangement. But does it stay friends with benefits, or does one of them kind of start getting feelings? I don't know, you'll have to find out. I need to fix this lighting because I've got a window right here and it is just shining on me, and it's not looking great right now, so bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, that's better. I haven't got sunlight shining kind of directly on my face. I really don't know that I like this angle for filming, by the way. I feel like I look not the best. I'm also so jet lagged right now, you guys. Like, I am not doing well, but it's fine. I have a university assignment to start soon, so I need like loads of caffeine to get me through the rest of the day. Anyway, I really don't think this is the most flattering angle for filming, but we're just gonna roll with it, like, it's fine. Anyway, next book we have Intensity by Dean Koontz. This one is one that was recommended to me by one of my friends. She read it and she said this was honestly one of the scariest books because it is just so intense, basically, as the name suggests. And this follows a girl who goes to stay at her friend's house, which I think is quite remote. It's in the woods, and she sees something lurking outside the window. That's all I'm gonna say. This is apparently more of a thriller than a horror, but to me, from reading the blurb, it gives me way more horror vibes, so I'm excited. Also, this is one of those really dinky, like, American paperbacks, and it's really small, and I kind of love it. Like, I'm really excited to read this. This is The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan He. This is a YA sci-fi. I think it's two sisters get stranded on an island together. Or one sister has and one hasn't, I'm not sure, but anyway, someone's stranded on an island, someone has, I think they have to be saved. I don't really know what's going on, but I really love this cover. This font is incredible. I want this on the cover of my book when I finish writing it. And yeah, this is the Barnes & Noble YA book club exclusive edition, so I'm glad that I managed to pick that up. This cover's almost got like a shimmery, like, iridescence to it. I don't know if you guys can see. How pretty is that? Next up, I have November 9 by Colleen Hoover, another one that I'm so excited to read. So this one I think follows Fallon and Ben. So one of them is a writer and one of them is an aspiring writer, I think. I'm not sure, but anyway, she meets him in, I think, some kind of restaurant. She's kind of having like a bad day, someone's being a dick to her, and I think he steps in, and after that they see each other every November 9th. I've heard obviously the synopsis like a few times from other YouTubers, but I've never actually read it myself. I'm so excited to read this though. I've heard so many good things, so I think this will be on my September TBR, but obviously I will confirm that at a later date when I actually figure out what my September TBR is, which I need to figure out because it is currently the 2nd of September. But yeah, I think this will be on it because I just don't know how much longer I can wait to read this, to be quite honest. Next up, we have The Sundown Motel. This is by Simone St. James. This book, honestly, has been on my TBR for the longest time. Like, I've wanted to pick it up for ages, but I kind of wanted to wait and get the physical copy. I don't know why. And then I saw it in Barnes & Noble and obviously had to just jump in it and get it. And this is about some creepy motel, and basically this girl got a job there and went missing, and then I think it's like 20 years later or thereabouts, one of her family members decides to kind of investigate why her aunt went missing. And yeah, apparently this motel has some seriously like dodgy vibes to it. I'm excited. It just sounds like a really great horror, and I'm in the mood right now for like some seriously like spooky, like autumnal reads. I'm thinking September I'm just going to kind of finish off my summer reads and maybe start like slowly putting in some thrillers towards the end of the month. October we're going spooky, and November we're going dark academia. I'm so excited. Okay, next we have two more books you would have seen already in my Barnes & Noble vlog, so I'm just going to go over them super quickly. The first is Kevin Kwan's Sex and Vanity. This one I think is a girl who meets a guy at a wedding, and I think she's quite down to earth and he's quite like bougie, and I'm not sure really. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but I think, yeah, she meets him at a wedding. They don't like each other. They end up liking each other. I don't know, but I'm still excited to read it because I liked Kevin Kwan's Crazy Rich Asians series. I read that, obviously I've seen the film, loved the film, the books were great. So yeah, I'm excited to give this a read, and I kind of like the cover. I think it's like kind of quirky. Next up we have White Ivy by Susie Yang. This has been described as the talented Mr. Ripley for the Instagram age, and it basically talks about a immigrant, I think she is, yeah, a Chinese immigrant who kind of is low income and falls in love with a guy who is the exact opposite of that. He's like a waspy kind of guy, and yeah, I think there's got a lot to do with kind of her relationship with her mum as well. It seems that she's got kind of a bit of a tempestuous relationship, so this one I'm quite excited to read. It's been described as a bit of a thriller. A twisty, unputdownable psychological thriller, which is not what I was expecting, to be quite honest, but I'm excited, and this one might also end up on this month's TBR, but we'll see, because I mean, honestly, at this point anything could end up on this month's TBR. It is a total surprise to me what I end up reading this month. So next up we have two books that I have seen all over Booktube and Booktok so far this year. Firstly, we have Final Girls by Riley Sager, again another kind of thriller. So these are about the final girls, so girls who survived a serial killer, and then they start getting picked off one by one, so that's quite exciting. And then we also have It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and I think this is kind of a right person wrong time kind of romance. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's why I got it, because that was kind of the vibe that I was getting from what I'd read online. But like I say, I could be wrong, but I'm excited to read this anyway, because I've kind of been getting super into Colleen Hoover lately, and as I've already said, I loved Ugly Love. I can't wait to read November 9. I loved Verity when I read Verity at the start of the year, so I'm very excited for those. We're on to the last of them now. Most of those, obviously, like I say, I picked up when I was in America, except for Final Girls and It Ends With You. The rest of these are all ones that I ordered to reach me when I got home. So the first one is A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner, and it says at the top, he asked for one day, but that day never came, and now I am kind of scared to read this. This one is another one that I bought because it was the whole right guy, wrong time kind of trope. I really hope these guys get together. I like that kind of thing where it's like right guy, wrong time, and then they like make their way to each other at the end. But yeah, this one had some great reviews on Amazon. I've never read anything by Candy Steiner before, but I'm excited. And yeah, like I said, this one came highly recommended. So then we have two in a series. So we have Even When You're Gone and Now Open Your Eyes by Nicole Fiorina, and these are books 2 and 3 in the Stay With Me series. I read book 1 when I was in Mexico, so yeah, I'm excited to read these two. So Stay With Me is basically about, I can't even remember her name, Mia and Ollie, there we go, and they're both at kind of like a school for troubled youths in the UK, and they've all got, everyone in the school's got various like issues, from like kind of psychological to whatever. They're all on kind of different medications, they're all receiving therapy, and yeah, he like brings Mia out of her shell, and then a lot of shit goes down. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to read it, because the series is kind of blown up on Booktok recently. But yeah, it's really emotional. I feel like I did enjoy it, but I feel like if I'd read it kind of 10 years ago, I would have got a lot more out of it, and it would have been like a 5 out of 5 star read. I think I rated it a 3-star in the end, but it was 3-star, but enough for me to want to pick up the next two and see how it ends. So I am excited to get to these. I did like Nicole Fiorina's writing. Sometimes I found it a little bit too try hard, but for the most part, like, I really vibed with it. So yeah, I'm excited. There was some beautiful passages in that book, so I'm definitely excited to see kind of where the story goes, where it ends, what happens in Even When You're Gone, because it kind of ended on a little bit of a cliffhanger in the first book. So yeah, I'm excited. Then we have another one that I have seen all over Booktube, sorry, specifically, and this is Tomi by Junji Ito. This is my first Junji Ito book, and I thought this would be brilliant for October. Because it's a manga, I thought it's gonna be slightly quicker to read than like a big old novel, and obviously I'm wanting to try and hit 100 books again this year, and I'm a little bit behind schedule right now, so I wanted to kind of get something that's going to be easier to read but still give me all the spooky vibes, which is what I'm hoping this does. And this is basically a murdered girl that kind of comes back to life, and every time she's murdered she reappears. Sounds really creepy. It just says murdered again and again, one girl always comes back for more. She's a femme fatale with long black hair and a beauty mark just under her left eye. She can seduce nearly any man and drive them to murder as well, even though the victim is often Tomi herself. While one lover seeks to keep her for himself, another grows terrified of the immortal succubus. But soon they realise that no matter how many times they kill her, the world will never be free of her. It Sounds amazing, right? Then we have another continuation of a series. So while I was away, I also read the Addicted series, or the first book in the Addicted series. So I got the second one, which is Ricochet, and then I also picked up the third one, which is Addicted for Now. So for anyone who doesn't know, this series is a best friends to lovers series following Lily and Lo, and they have their own addictions. So Lily is addicted to sex, Lo is addicted to alcohol, and they have to kind of let me just turn this light down a little bit bright. There we go, that's better. Okay, so yeah, we have Lily, who's addicted to sex, we have Lo, who's addicted to alcohol, and it's about them like kind of fighting their battles and finding their way to each other. It's very beautiful. I really loved the first one, and I'm excited to see where it goes with these two. Apparently this whole series is like a companion series as well, because it catches up. There's like a second series that runs alongside it, so the reading order kind of after these two books deviates onto the other series. So I am going to pick those up after I've read these, but I thought I would just get these for now. I think there's like 10 books in the series altogether, and then I believe there's then like a second series which follows the children of some of the characters in this series. So it's a whole vibe apparently, and I'm just really excited to get stuck further in and see where it goes. And yeah, it's gonna be great. Also, I'm so glad I put my ring light up today, because it's the first time that I film with it for this channel, and I just think it makes my videos look so much better, so you're welcome. Then we have The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I know basically nothing about this book, like literally nothing. Oh, okay. Basically it's something to do with like caretakers of a secret society of magical academicians. I don't know. Yeah, I know nothing about this except as Dark Academia, and like I say, I'm like really vibing with Dark Academia right now for kind of the end of the year, so I bought it based off of people's recommendations. I know nothing more than that. I think it's self-published though, which I love, because we all know I'm big into my indie authors right now. Oh, that's a cute. Oh, okay, I love reading author dedications, especially because I'm writing right now, in case I haven't already told you guys 3 times. This one is To My Physicist Boy and My Starry-Eyed Girl, and to Lord Oliver for All the Punches. I really love little dedications like that. I already know who my first novel is going to be dedicated to, but I also feel like I don't want to upset everybody who it's not dedicated to, and I feel like everyone's going to be like, why have you dedicated it to them and not me? And then I feel really guilty. But that sounds like a me problem, not a you problem, so I'm just going to keep that one to myself. Anyway, on to the last book now. I'm sure you guys are all pretty glad that this video is nearly done, because I have once again been a hot mess. The final book is The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. This is the latest of Grady Hendrix's releases, and as you guys will know from my videos last year, I love Grady Hendrix. Last year I read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires and loved every damn second of it. I did a really in-depth review, if I do say so myself, on this channel, which I will leave linked here and probably also in the down bar for you. I think it was spoiler filled, that review though, so if you don't want spoilers, there's also a spoiler free reading vlog as well. Self-promotion, we love her. So yeah, you guys probably will want to like go and watch that. It's quite good. But I also really loved My Best Friend's Exorcism. This one is again on the final girl theme. This one I think is going to be similar to Riley Sager's The Final Girls, or whatever it's called, because it's like a group of final girls and one of them gets picked off. And yeah, I don't know, it says here someone knows about the group and is determined to take their lives apart again piece by piece. So I'm really intrigued. I'm really intrigued by this. I'm excited to read this one too, basically. I'm just excited for honestly like every single book that I've bought, which is a good thing, because if I wasn't excited for them it would have been a bit of a waste of money, really. So probably a good thing that I'm looking forward to reading them. Anyway, this video has been a little strange. I'm unused to filming. I'm out of the habit of filming videos right now. So I'm gonna stop, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope this like camera angle situation wasn't too weird. We'll see when I edit the video. If it is, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that like the state. I'm not going to look this bad always, but right now I'm just, like I say, dealing with a lot of jet lag. I'm very tired. but I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Subscribe, please, if you're new. I'm so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers and I'm so excited to hit it, so please, 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 please help me out. That would make me even happier, and I'm gonna go and be slightly delirious somewhere else. Okay guys, I love you, bye.